Yeah, two African guys that won the championship. Share that with him. And I think of his dad, Pascal at Basketball Without Borders. A lot of people don't know that.
This is it. Pascal Siakam was one of the last remaining Raptors that was left from the championship team. And Masai Ujiri decided to trade him to the Pacers. He was crying at the press conference, and everybody wants to know, why was he crying? You're the guy that traded him, so why are you crying? It goes a little deeper than that. When you go through highs and lows with someone, and then they have to leave, of course you're gonna feel some type of way. These guys won a championship together. They lost together. It's human nature. If you go through something with someone and they suddenly leave, that's a bond that was created during. Pascal Siakam wasn't even supposed to be a basketball player. This dude went to that camp, he was supposed to be a preacher because that's what his dad wanted him to be. So basketball was never really a thing, but he went to the camp and he decided, well, basically the basketball is what he's gonna do. And Masai Ujiri plays a major part in anything basketball related in Africa. That's where Pascal Siakam came from. So he never went back to being a preacher. Just because they go way back doesn't mean Masai was gonna show any favoritism to Siakam. Because even on draft night, he wasn't gonna pick Siakam, but thank God for his scout. His scout thought otherwise. They thought Siakam would have been a great fit on the Raptors. So Ujiri decided to take him because he said he trusted his scout. And Masai has a thing about not communicating with his players when they're about to get traded, especially when they show loyalty. But this time, Masai got in front of it and he apologized to Siakam for not having really good communication. But can you blame him? Do you know how hard that would be to be communicating with a player that you spent years with to tell him that you're about to trade him? So any move he made has to be best for the organization and the team. So the NBA is a business. You can't take everything personal. If you're a GM and you have to make these moves, you just got to do what's best for the organization and the team moving forward. There's a few reasons why this trade happened. There was a little bit of things you probably would have figured out, like this trade was about to happen. Siakam was supposed to be the cornerstone of the Toronto Raptors. He was supposed to be the superstar, the next big thing. So how did this even happen? Where was the downfall? I have a few reasons to show you. Well, after the Raptors won the championship in 2019, Kawhi Leonard left. Everybody else left too. It only leaves Pascal Siakam at the helm. He was supposed to be the cornerstone of this team, and it just didn't work out the way that the Raptors expected to. He did make the All-Star team and the NBA second team. Siakam was inconsistent, and he just wasn't living up to the expectations that the Raptors had made for him. I just never saw Siakam as being the go-to guy. I think he fits better as a puzzle piece and just being a co-star or even a third option. Another thing, Scotty Barnes happened.
For Pascal Siakam, because I think he's about to be on his first thing smoking out of Toronto, right? This is why you can't never put nothing past Masai Ujiri. He does the unthinkable, right? And we know that Pascal Siakam had problems with the organization, kind of don't want to be there with Nick Nurse, but we all...
Scotty Barnes showed way more promise than Siakam did. It was just a better fit for the Raptors to build around. I think the Raptors had to make this move. He averaged 22, but it was kind of empty. I honestly thought Siakam being a number one option probably wouldn't work out. I just don't see him being that guy. I think he's more of a puzzle piece. And I thought that he had hit his ceiling and he didn't really improve on his three-point shot. So his game was easy to figure out. Another reason why they traded him is his contract. It's his contract year, and he would have been up for the Supermax. Do you think the Raptors wanted to pay Siakam the Supermax deal? It's like $200 million. Of course not. They even said it themselves, like they wasn't willing to do that. But can you blame them? Siakam hasn't been playing like a max player. I wouldn't feel comfortable giving up $200 million for 4 years for somebody who's not a max player. That is just crazy. But if the Raptors had decided to give him that $200 million, I mean, that contract would have been hard to get rid of because I don't think anybody wants to pay Siakam $200 million. And the Pacers are lucky that they did get him when they got him. If they waited to sign him in the summer, it would have been much harder to get him. Because Siakam wants that bag, like he want that $200 million, and I know maybe somebody would have gave it to him. Like, so Ujiri just decided to trade him and get some assets so they could start building around Scotty Barnes, which I thought that was the smartest thing. I had a little feeling this was gonna happen.
But we have star players on our team as well. How's possible that Scotty Barnes, who is all-star caliber player in this league, he goes every single time to the rim with force and trying to get to the rim without flopping and not trying to get foul calls. He gets 2 free throws for the whole game. How's that
See?
possible?
You mentioned Scotty Barnes, there was no Pascal Siakam anywhere in there. I know, I had a feeling like they would have got rid of him because there is no way. If Siakam is your guy, that's who you would have been fighting for, getting called Siakam, not Scotty Barnes. You haven't even mentioned Siakam anywhere. So, I mean, it was a given to me. So everybody's wondering how will he fit in with the Pacers. I think he's going to be fine. He got Halliburton and they got Turner. I think he'd fit right in and be more of an off-ball slasher type of player because he got Halliburton that will probably find him and he could score. Maybe give you a little 15 or 20. So the Pacers is not a really good defensive team. I think Siakam will come in and help them improve. Will he change the whole defensive dynamic on the team? Absolutely not. He's not a knockdown three-point shooter, but if he could improve on that, I think they'll be fine. Adding Siakam on the Pacers is a really good move. And I think making that move would help them be contenders in the East. As long as they mesh together and figure out each other's game, I'm excited to see them play. I think it was a good move for the Raptors also. I mean, building around Scotty Barnes and just getting younger in general, pretty good in the future. We'll wait and see. I think Masai is a genius, so this is a really good trade for both teams. There are no losers in this one. I think the Raptors want to build around Scotty Barnes and they want to get younger. And the Pacers got a piece that could probably get them over the hump. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching.